Hi everyone, my name's Kathy. Welcome to my frugality channel, Skint Living UK. Today I just wanted to show you a couple little bits and bobs. I bought this herb and spices vintage but new tea towel online before Christmas as a little treat for myself. I've been extravagant this year. So it was vintage but unused. And I just thought it fitted in with my kitchen because my kitchen is blue, like a navy blue, as you can see here. So, and obviously because it's a kitchen, so it's got all this herbs and spices on, and I've framed it up. It was a bit tricky to do because it sort of kept moving and was a bit fiddly, but I got it done in the end. It doesn't perfectly fit the frame, but you know, I think it'll do. I think it's really nice. It's next to me fridge, but by me bins, I've got all kinds of wood and stuff stored here because literally there's nowhere else to stick it. So I'm just a happy bunny. Just like a little tiny job ticked off. I also wanted to show you my lamp. My lamp's arrived. I bought a vintage onyx floor lamp. I've put it on the table so you can see better. So this is the big round base. So it's just like green and yellow mixed. It looks like marble. So as you can see, it's got like brass fittings in between. I asked them to take the wiring out because the wiring looked really dodgy, like two pieces of wire being taped together and a knackered old plug and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to rewire it myself. I've rewired lamps before, so I'm not particularly worried about it. So next week I will buy the cable and the plug to do it. So I just need to have a look at this bayonet fitting to see if it's 3-core or 2-core. 3-core is a normal, got 2 wires, but it has a neutral wire as well, which is usually a good idea to have if you've got any sort of metal fixtures on your lamp. These will unscrew, so it's going to be easy to take apart, disassemble, and then put the wire through and reassemble. The box came and it looked obscene because it was just like they literally did a big square base and this all sort of projecting out with lots of tubes like this. And it took me a good half hour to get into it. I've just been ripping up the boxes because I use brown cardboard to go in the fire, so it's a great way of lighting the fire if you haven't got any paper. Oh, where's my dog? Do you want to come out, honey? Okay, put your nose. There we go. She's been asleep downstairs today, sulking. So I'm going to take my deckies down shortly as well. But I've been fighting with the box because it was like a big base and then it was loads of tubes on top of each other, so it did look funny. It looked like a big giant mallet. Yeah, so it took me forever and a day, good half hour to take it all out, but I'm so pleased. So I'm going to rewire it, and now I'm on the hunt for a fancy lampshade. I'd like a vintage one, maybe with tassels. I'm not sure about the colour, and if I don't find one, I'm tempted to buy a wireframe and put my own fabric on. So I don't know yet, we'll see. But I'm so pleased. I just think the fittings are lovely, if you can see. Let me put my hand up. So it's like all leaves. So nice. And obviously the bayonet fitting at the top. And I like that there's like tapered shapes, like tapered candles, and then you've got spheres in the middle and then back to tapered again. And the base is fabulous. Let's look at the patterns on that. So good. So these lamps come from around the 1960s, 70s, maybe early 80s at most. And there was onyx stuff everywhere them days. There were like candlesticks. Everyone had the cigarette boxes and ashtrays, and I like Egyptian stuff, which was very popular in the 70s. I've got a little figurine over here, and there was loads of figures in them days as well that were brass, and they always seemed to be on an onyx base. I've got a Sphinx here, see, it's on a marble base. So yeah, the marble, well, faux marble onyx was very popular years ago in the 70s because that great big revival in Egyptian stuff, because Tutankhamun and lots of his stuff went to the British Museum in the 70s. It was this great big exhibition, so it sort of like created a resurgence and interest in everything Egyptian. So yeah, so I'm really pleased. So if you bought anything vintage but new to you, I just think a lot of vintage stuff is better made, better quality, and you can pick up these things at an affordable price. This was £39. I've been looking well over a year, pushing on to 2 years, trying to find something local, but I couldn't find it. I seen some wood ones or modernish ones that were chrome, and it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted onyx. So yeah, I don't know why I've just sort of latched onto onyx. I want onyx. So what I'd like to get next is my lampshade. So I don't know if I'm going to end up having to make one myself from a frame or buy one. I want one that's frou-frou with tassels, or maybe a fabric one, so it's like floral or something. I don't know. But this is going to go in the living room next to my drinks trolley. I bought a drinks trolley from the second-hand shop, charity shop. It cost me, was it £3 or £5? And that's brass and copper. And I'm going to move all my drinky things that I've got over here and put it on my drinks trolley when it's all set up. So I've just painted the last coat of emulsion in my son's bedroom. So next week I just need to buy another dado rail and a bit of tongue and groove that I'm going to do along the main wall, and paint it grey. So it's going to be grey below the dado rail with the tongue and groove, and white above the dado rail. And then once that's done, I've got to clear the room because all me dining chairs that I bought second hand as well on eBay are in there, and other bits of stuff like cushions. I've got loads of cushions and they all need removing because I've got a carpet there. I'll take that carpet up that's in there, but I'll leave the underlay that I put down about 5 years ago. So I'll just reuse the underlay and put the carpet down, and then we can start moving my son in. Yay! Because he's literally been living in the living room since we moved in. When we first moved in, there used to be an archway here between the rooms, literally a proper arch, curvy arch. And so, but I had my older son with me then, and he had the middle bedroom, and we got the wall filled in. And I'm glad we did, really, because it's so warm in here because it's a single room. But what I tend to do is leave the doors open so the heat goes into the hallway, and it also goes into the kitchen because the kitchen's off here. So it's just a great way of heating up downstairs. And I think it feels warmer because it's separate rooms. Open plan living's all very well and good, but I just think it's not for me. Maybe when I move and I've got a much smaller place, I'll be thinking about open plan living. But these rooms are quite big, not massive, quite big. So I don't think there's any need. So this would have originally been designed to be a dining room, and the living room at the front, the lounge at the front, would have been like a sitting room, but I'm going to make it into the dining room. My dining room table is in my hallway upstairs, and like I said, the chairs are in the bedroom. So it's like, yeah, everything's everywhere that's meant to go in that living room, and it's not. So yeah, I need to get my son out, get him upstairs, and then all the clutter from all around the house can be put in the living room. As well, I should say dining room then. So please like, share and subscribe. Sorry for the ramble. I've been doing a bit of a whizzing on today, haven't I? And bye for now, and I hope to see you soon.